Hey everyone, so today we have two very esteemed individuals, Yash Singhal and Nikita Bhantia. While all of us know how difficult it is to actually study and write the direct tax paper in CA final, these two people have not only passed and cleared and gotten a rank, both of them have secured more than 80 marks in the direct tax paper. To give you a little more introduction about both of them, Yash Singhal has secured AAR 41 in the November 2020 attempt. He has scored 85 marks in direct taxation and is the highest scorer from the November attempt. He has done his articleship from Deloitte, NCR region. And Yash, super glad to have you here today. Thank you for taking out time.
Thank you so
On the
much.
other hand, we have Nikita, who secured AAR 3 in the Jan 2021 attempt, also followed by an IPCC rank of AAR 22. She has pursued her articleship from SR Bartley Boy, a network firm of Ernst& Young. She has secured 82 marks in direct taxation and also has secured 88 marks in indirect taxation. Nikita, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thanks for having us here.
Sure. So we'll probably jump into it right away. A lot of people probably wonder how people get 60 plus, it's an achievement. Getting 80 plus is monumental, right? So let's probably go into understanding how the both of you achieve something like this. So to begin with, Yash, can we possibly know whose classes you did, over what time frame it happened, and how you prepare for direct tax basically?
Yes. So I took classes from Vinod Gupta sir, and the stage for the classes was for around 4 months. Like मेरी classes 4 महीने चली थी. Around November 19 में start हुआ था, and February 2020 में end हुआ था, and my exams were in November 20. So for the 4 or 5 months time period, I took the classes and accordingly prepared for my studies. Class apart from classes, I took revision by myself also. सो क्लासेस लेना एक अलग बात है और खुद से रिवीजन करना एक बहुत जरूरी चीज है. तो क्लासेस के साथ साथ खुद से रिवीजन भी चलता रहे, साथ साथ क्लासेस के साथ साथ भी और क्लासेस के बाद भी. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई थिंक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट.
So I took my classes from Bhavar Purana sir for direct taxation in June 19. The classes lasted till I think October, September, and we had some classes to finish at home. So that was it, and my exams were in May 20. So that's how I planned my classes, but it eventually got shifted to November 20.
Understood. Yash, was your attempt May 20 as well, or was it like you mentioned? I think it was November, right?
Yeah, original November 20.
Understood. Nikita, any specific reason why you didn't write November 20 and why it went to Jan 21?
Okay, so I had some symptoms of COVID, so that's why I had dropped out.
Okay, fair enough. So the next question is probably in terms of the number of revisions each person does, because I've personally did 2 revisions approximately for direct tax. So Nikita, if you can tell us how you studied for the subject itself.
So initially, I made a plan for studying DT at a stretch of, let's say, 7 to 8 days. But then because of the vast syllabus, it got extended to 10 days because I wanted to cover everything in the first revision itself. So that's what I started with. And in the first revision, so Bhavar Purana sir gives us one compact book and other 2 main books. So in the first reading itself, I used to ensure that whatever I'm reading in the main book, I used to make sure it is there in my compact itself at that time. So that's how I covered my first revision very thoroughly. Along with that, I used to solve those questions from the compiler. In that also, I used to ensure that, okay, this is a new concept and this is a new concept that this question is there. And I used to make a reference in that my main compact. So that because at the last day, I couldn't have time to go through the entire compiler. Even compact was very difficult at that time. So that's how I planned my first revision. And I did, I think, 4 to 5 revisions in total because of the extension.
All right. Yash, what was your strategy like?
Yeah. So my plan was a bit different. Without the extension, also I did 4 to 5 revisions. Like the first revision was very casual one. Like the classes के साथ साथ थोड़ा book में से पढ़ लिया बस जो भी main summary थी, because like what VG sir provide is 5 modules. First 4 modules for direct taxation and 1 module for international taxation. So class के साथ साथ थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ लिया. So that was my first revision. And after that, around 4 revisions. Like I took 15 to 18 days for my first revision. And after that, my plan was to gradually reduce the time period of my revision. Like in the second revision, I took around 10 to 15 days, and after that, 7 to 10 days. And November 20 exams also got extended for 20 days. and in that 20 days I was doing only 3 days for each subject. So I did the DT in those days for 3 days, and then finally in 1.5 days. So during all of my revisions I was preparing for that 1.5 days day, because that was the ultimate date which I have to prepare myself for. So उसी दिन के लिए सोच के पढ़ रहा था कि इतनी जल्दी इतना सारा सिलेबस कैसे कवर होगा। तो स्टार्टिंग से ही वही सोच रहा था कि करना है तो 1.5 डे में लगता है बहुत ज्यादा है, बट अगर स्टार्टिंग से ही सोचते चलो तो हो जाता है वो।
So what we possibly understand here is both of you have done from different faculties, and you've ultimately put in 4 to 5 revisions each, which is ultimately what matters. I mean, with utmost respect to whoever you've done classes from, I can possibly understand that it's very, very important to keep revising multiple times, especially for a subject
Correct.
like DT, if I can say that, right? The next question is more about what are the most important topics that you have to consider while studying DT. Yash, can we start off with you?
Yes. Surely, without any doubt, PGBP is the most important chapter, because surely one question comes from that. And after that, along with PGBP, I will say MAT, because MAT is somewhat combined and similar to PGBP. So studying them together gives a lot benefit. And after that, taxation of charitable trust. Charitable trust, that question also comes maximum times of attempts. And after that, chapter 6 deductions and assessments is really a very important part. Because in my attempt in my classes, VG sir gave module 3. So for me, that module 3 was like जान बचाने वाली बुक, लाइक व्हाट सर यूज्ड टू से, कि यही तुम्हें पार कराएगी, यही तुम्हें पढ़नी है। सो ठीक है, मॉड्यूल 3 वाज माय मेन बुक, एंड आफ्टर दैट नो डाउट इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन, 30 marks for one book. Like from the 5 books, international taxation was only one book, and that one book gave me for more than 30 marks. So international taxation is also very important for that.
Sure. Nikita, going forward with what Yash said, I have two very specific questions. So I have personally felt that assessment procedures are very boring to read because our articleship, if I'm not wrong, happened in statutory audit, all of us.
Yes.
So it's something
Correct.
that I personally couldn't connect as well while studying for it because I have not been to an ITAT or any tax litigation itself, right? So my first question is, how did you probably study assessment chapters? And second question is, how did you manage MCQs? Because DT being so vast, is there any specific strategy you did for the 30 marks of MCQs itself?
Yeah. So I completely agree with you with the assessment part that it was really very boring chapter. I would say for me it was. I remember I used to spend one whole day to learn it, but still I couldn't understand it. So I think that multiple times reading it, because even apart from that 4 revisions, I used to ensure sometimes that I go for assessment and make some small summary notes about this section, little bit kind of, and not studying the whole assessment chapter in a single day. Because if I sometimes I tried different strategies for myself. So once I tried to study that, but obviously nothing happened. So sometimes I used to study, okay, let's say 5 pages a day or 10 pages a day. That's it. And talking about the MCQ part, one thing I would say that there are certain things which you see that which are very common they ask. For example, the specific rates. So they might ask the rate. So I used to make a chart and a page that all these are the section, these are the rates, and this is a particular thing. This is the thing I think which helped me a lot. And there were a few sections like when you sell an asset after 4 years, 5 years. I think these were a little bit confusing. Then some section it is 8 years or 5 years. So I also had made a list of those sections as well. I mean, it doesn't take much time, but still, if you make it and if it comes in the exam, then it's a win-win thing for you.
Awesome, awesome. So what we understand is that we just have to probably not prepare for MCQ separately, but whatever you study, it already incorporates MCQ prep in that. So if you know your basics very
Correct.
well, then your MCQs are also covered under that. Right? The next one are two very specific questions again. How important are case laws and how important are section numbers in DT? Yash, can you tell us about how important are section numbers?
Honestly, I for my what I did, like I was very poor in learning section number. So मैंने थोड़े ही बहुत ही कम, जैसे जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट सेक्शन नंबर है, तो मल्टीपल रिवीजन के साथ वो सब याद होते जा रहा था. बट ऑनेस्टली मैंने जो उसमें कंटेंट है, उसमें लॉ है, उसमें जो मैटर है, मैंने उसमें ज्यादा फोकस किया था, एंड सेक्शन नंबर पे कम. बट नेवरदलेस 4 और 5 रिवीजन के बाद थोड़ी बहुत तो याद रह ही जाती है. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई कोटेड, जितना याद रहा उतना लिख दिया, बाकी इतना ज्यादा ध्यान से मैंने मतलब बिल्कुल फोकस्ड हो गया कि इसको रटना है, वैसा नहीं किया था।
Understood. Nikita, what about case loss from your point of view?
So case laws, I would say these are, I think, really important in understanding the question also, and if the specific case law comes in the exam. Generally, what we see that the case laws which are appear in the recent amendments, the institute asks those questions. So I focused on the case laws at the, I think, last, second or third revision because there's a lot of case laws, but I ensured that the recent ones I focused more. And also a similar kind of case law came in our attempt as well. And one thing with the case laws I would like to highlight is you have to study the answer writing pattern, how they write. They first explain the issue, then they correlate it with the section, and then they give their conclusion. I think this is really one thing which students need to focus on while writing answers.
Yash, do you have a different viewpoint with respect to case laws? Did you study
No,
any
I
of them?
agree. I agree. I agree. Totally agree with Nikita. The case laws are really very important. Most importantly, the recent case laws which have come on. So it's ICI likes it that way because they ask generally from the new case laws and recent study. So I believe that case laws are very important for that.
Understood. So the next thing that we want to talk about is the elective subject that you chose along with your CA final preparation. So I personally chose risk management. Nikita has chosen risk management as well, whereas Yash had taken international taxation. Nikita, did you possibly find it difficult because if you had taken international tax, 30 marks gets covered in the 100-mark paper, right? Did you find any issue by taking risk management personally?
No, I did not find any issue. And the main reason, actually, I never thought about taking international taxation as my elective paper because TT was not something which I want to specialize in. And the risk management paper seemed much more relatable to audit, which I was doing. So that was my thought process of selecting the elective paper.
Fair enough. And before I go to Yash, I have to point out that he secured 78 marks in the international tax paper also, along with 85 in direct tax. Yash, what was your thought process behind choosing international tax?
Yes. So while choosing international taxation, I was thinking around कि 30 मार्क्स जो है वो डीटी में ही अगर मैं करूंगा तो वो इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन में कवर हो जाएगा डीटी का, एंड पेपर 6C वाज बिफोर पेपर डीटी. सो आई थॉट कि 30 मार्क्स पहले ही कवर हो जाएगा, पहले ही इतना बर्डन जो होता है कि मतलब इतना सारा सब्जेक्ट, इतना वास्ट सब्जेक्ट है, उसका ऑलमोस्ट 30% पहले ही कवर हो जाएगा पिछले पेपर में. एंड सो इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन लोग कहते हैं बहुत मुश्किल है, जैसे कि मतलब बहुत ही ज्यादा टिपिकल है, समझ नहीं आता, बट आई थिंक कि अगर उसको भी अगर रिवीजन करो ना तो समझ आ जाता है, बिकॉज दैट इज व्हाट थॉटफुल एप्लीकेशन ऑफ माइंड. अगर उसमें हम डीप स्टडी करेंगे, जैसे ही मैंने 4-5 रिवीजन उसकी भी करी थी, तो 4 to 5 रिवीजन्स अगर उसकी भी करेंगे तो समझ आने लगेगा कौन सी चीज कहाँ से लिंक्ड है, कैसे है. सो आई थॉट कि थोड़ा इजी भी रहेगा एंड हेल्प करेगा वो मेरे को पेपर 7 में भी.
Understood. So what we have are two very opposing views. I wouldn't say opposing, two different schools of thought that it's okay to take international tax and get an 80 plus in direct tax, and also not take international tax, choose something that you probably want to pursue like risk management, and still end up getting 80 plus. So this is very interesting for our viewers as well because it's a very diverse set that we have here today. Moving forward, Nikita, can you tell us how you prepared in the 1.5 days? Is there something specific that you did so that those 1.5 days you utilized it very effectively?
So for that, I think for before direct taxation paper, we have this risk management paper. So I think so it's more of a case study based. So I utilize some part of that to study for the, I think, international taxation. I studied in that within that 1.5 day of RM. And in this paper, I think I first ensured that I cover the modules first and the chapters which are more important. And some chapters like the penalties, I ensure that I study on the day of the exam so that I remember it the most. And those notes that I made, I think that helped a lot.
Understood. Yash, what about you? How was your 1.5 days planned, considering
Yeah.
that you also had international tax right before that?
Yes. सो 1.5 डेज में कैसे पढ़ना है वो मैं उस दिन नहीं, मैं 6 महीने पहले से ही सोच रहा था, जब से मेरी आर्टिकलशिप की लाइक आई गॉट लीड फ्रॉम माय आर्टिकलशिप. दैट डे इटसेल्फ आई वाज थिंकिंग लाइक कि ये 1.5 दिन में कैसे होगा ये सब इतना सारा. सो जैसे ही मैं बताया कि 4-5 रिवीजन करी, 10 दिन लगाए, 8 दिन लगाए, 5 दिन लगाए. सो उसी तरह मैं सोच रहा था कि मतलब 1.5 डेज में कैसे करना है. सो इंटरनेशनल टैक्सेशन लाइक हेल्प मी अ वेरी लॉट बिकॉज 30 मार्क्स पहले ही कवर हो गया था पिछले एग्जाम में. एंड 1.5 डे में वीजी सर प्रोवाइड समरी बुक. So summary book, I think that is really a very good book and very effective too, because and no doubt that's very lengthy, 600 plus pages, and to study in 1.5 days is really a tedious task. But somehow 4 to 5 रिवीजन पहले करना और उसको 1.5 डेज में कवर करना वो काफी इजी हो गया, उसको पढ़ना, ताकि क्योंकि पता रहता है कि कहाँ पे क्या चीज लिखी है, कहाँ पे कैसा है. सो दैट वाज आई वाज थिंकिंग कि इसको पूरा ही पढ़ना है. तो नॉट सिलेक्टिव, आई हैव नॉट सिलेक्टेड एनीथिंग कि मेरे को यही पार्ट पढ़ना है, ये पार्ट छोड़ना है. पूरा समरी बुक पढ़ के गया. एमटीपी आरटीपी जो थे वो भी कवर किए, एंड some selective questions which I have been marking from my previous 4 to 5 revisions. So some selective questions and MTP, RTP for sure, and complete summary book. So that's what I did in 1.5 days.
So I can possibly say that the 1.5 days has to be planned way before, probably 6 months before when you
Right.
go on leave. And all your studies and your revisions should build up to that. So that if you possibly don't cover something while studying, you should not touch it at all in the 1.5 days. I think that's something that people have to follow as well. To end the discussion, can we possibly have any last words of advice for all our viewers, starting with Nikita? Anything specific that you want to convey to people out there?
I think one thing I would like to say is that don't target for the specific mark like 40 or 60 something. Either I would say I always had this option in my mind that either I would study the subject thoroughly, or either on my aim would be to get 80 or 90. But I think that having that thought process in my mind that okay, I have to study the entire subject and not go selective on the topics which are not coming, because that creates a conscious bias in our mind to avoid those topics. So that's what I avoided while studying. So this is what I would like to say.
That's great. That's a very insightful thing to tell viewers, because people don't generally study the whole thing. They target an exemption
Yeah.
or they target to pass. No one targets an 80 or a 90. That's a very good thought process. Yash, what about you? Any last words of advice?
Yes. Adding to what Nikita told, like हमें पेपर में फर्स्ट मिनट से ही ये सोचना है कि इस पेपर को पूरा करना है, बिकॉज व्हाट आई फील नॉट फॉर डीटी स्पेसिफिकली बट ऑल द सब्जेक्ट्स, लोगों का पेपर छूट जाता है आधा बीच में, एंड में वो पूरा नहीं कर पाते. तो फर्स्ट मिनट से यही लेके चलना है कि मुझे पूरा पेपर करना है. तो स्पीड, मेंटेन स्पीड, एंड देयर इज रियली नो शॉर्टकट. सो डोंट हेजिटेट टू वर्क हार्ड. सीए प्रीफिक्स डोंट कम इजी. सो वही मेहनत करो और तभी उसका रिजल्ट मिलेगा.
Amazing.
One thing I would like to
Yes.
add is for the paper writing pattern, that when we get the question paper, what I did in the DT and IDT was that, so those questions I read them and see what that time we have a very calm mind, so we can just put it down what section to is relates and what adjustment do we need to do. If we just do this marking in the first 15 minutes itself, it really saves your time, and also it also helps in quoting the section number if you remember it that time. So that's what
So
I did.
utilize those 15 minutes very well, so that the rest of the 3
Yes,
hours are very
very
very easy for you to go through it.
yes.
And also considering that these two papers come at the very end and you have to remember a lot of it, I think your approach would work really well as well. So thank you for that. Overall, it's been a great discussion. I hope people who are watching this video get a lot of insights through your words as well. Thank you so much, for taking out time and gracing with your presence, and had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you for having
A
us.
lot.